What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? So here I am in Millbrook, New York. The sign said Lithgow, New York, but I think I'm closer to Millbrook, but I mean, the sign's not going to be wrong. But regardless, so upstate New York, just outside of Poughkeepsie. And this is a grave I've wanted to visit for a long time. Natasha Richardson, very famous actress, being Parent Trap, the Patty Hearst story, Maid in Manhattan. On a personal, she was married to Liam Neeson, daughter of Vanessa Redgrave and producer Tony Richardson. Born into an acting family, raised in London. But something personal for me is when I was trying to become an actor, long time ago, I got a one-line part in a miniseries or TV movie. I can't remember what it was, a TV movie or TV miniseries called Haven, and it's a long time ago. And I believe this is not about me, but I think my line was actually cut. But I remember they shaved my head for the role, for a buzz cut, because I was supposed to be in the army. But the ending scene, I got to be on the beach with Natasha Richardson and Anne Bancroft. And I got to hug both of them. And that's in the final scene. There's a bunch of young people that go up and hug them in this movie called Haven. And I have to remember what it was even about. It was so long ago, and I was young, and I got to hug Natasha Richardson on camera, and Anne Bancroft, another acting legend. I don't know if my mother, I think, videotaped it when it was on. I don't know where that videotape is. I don't know if it's available or anything. I've never looked, but it's the truth, and so that's why it means something to me. Always coming out to various graves, and especially when it's a little personal connection. Because I admired her as an actress so much. And so that was in the late 90s, I guess. Didn't have this. They shaved it right down. But it was amazing. And sadly, she died from a skiing accident. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. I believe her grave should be straight up this hill. There's only one driveway coming up. And should be right around here. And we can pay our respects to Natasha Richardson, who sadly was taken to us way too soon. And let's talk about Natasha Richardson now. As I was walking towards this way, something caught my eye over to the right, and it turns out that is Natasha Richardson's grave right there. Wow. I hadn't seen what it looked like online or anything, but I knew it was at the end of the driveway, and here it is right here. Now, I believe she's buried near her grandmother. So before we take a look at Natasha's grave, I want to see if I can find her grandmother. I don't see in this area a Richardson or a Redgrave, but her grandmother's here. I'm not exactly sure where. A couple more graves over here. No. Some of the nice stone there. It's beautiful. And here it reads, Cast your bread upon the water. Natasha Jane Richardson, 1963 to 2009, actress, devoted wife, and mother. Though your days were brief, your spirit was alive, awake, complete. It reads along the side there. And here on the other side it reads, if I can get to the beloved daughter, sister, niece, and true friend. And this bush here is extremely prickly.
Publicly, you haven't spoken about her death.
No, not really. No. Maybe it was too early, and then you think it's nobody's business, and But no, it's 5 years, and it's okay. It's okay to talk. It's important to talk. I guess I was surprised with the outpouring of well-being and good wishes that I received from people. Just a wonderful feeling of, yes, this terrible thing has happened, but we're all connected. We're all connected. And people saying, we feel your grief. Or some people would be more explicit and say, I lost my son, or I lost my wife. These tragic circumstances. And it was really bolstering. It really was.
So from what I know about how she died, I've read a few different articles, and it was from Liam Neeson's account. He was not with her. He was filming a movie in Toronto at the time. And she had two sons, Michael and Daniel, who were 13 and 12 at the time she died. It was at Mont Tremblant in Quebec, where I've been, and I'm sure a lot of Canadians have been before. And she was skiing with an instructor. She was a beginner, and she fell and hit her head on a beginner slope that was known as Neeson. And it has gentle slopes. It's for beginners. And her fall at first appeared to be minor, and apparently she refused to be taken to the hospital at least twice. But the head injury she suffered is one that can be fatal if not treated in time. And I know that Liam Neeson spoke to her on the phone, and she said that she just took a tumble in the snow, and that's how she described it. And then she, like I said, the ambulance did come, though she just kind of said, no, it's okay, I'm okay. But she later started showing signs that her condition was worsening, and then she was evacuated to a hospital in Montreal, and Neeson flew there from Toronto to be by her side. When he got there, the doctor showed him the x-ray of her injury, and Liam Neeson described it as like her brain was pressed up against the side of her skull. And then he went in to see Natasha Richardson and shared a heartbreaking goodbye. I read also that they didn't recognize him at the hospital at first and wouldn't let him in. And he finally had to convince him who he was. And he went in now, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he went in and sat with her, and he said she was on life support, and he went in and he said, sweetie, you're not coming back from this, you banged your head. I don't know if you can hear me, but that's what happened, and we're going to bring you back to New York, and you can see all your family and friends. And then she was flown back to New York State, where members of her family gathered at her bedside, and she ultimately passed away. And apparently Liam Neeson and her had made it a pact that if either of them got into a vegetative state, that they would, for lack of a better term, pull the plug for the other. And she was an organ donor. She donated 3 of her organs, so her heart, her kidneys, and her liver.
Donated 3 of her organs, so she's keeping 3 people alive at the moment. Yeah, her heart, her kidneys, and her liver. But
that must give you a good feeling.
It's terrific, yeah, it's terrific. And I think she would be very thrilled and pleased with that too, actually.
So 12 years. She was stunning. She was beautiful. She was tiny. I remember that, like small, and just her features up close were like porcelain. And very sweet. She was very, like I said, it was a long time ago, but very sweet to everyone that was on set. And she gave a nice hug. So there's Natasha Richardson's grave right behind me there. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful surroundings, as you can see. Lush and green, and just gorgeous here in the spring and summer, upstate New York. There's no place like it. There's no place quite like upstate New York this time of year. Rest in peace, Natasha Richardson. Okay, peace out.